Hi everyone, today I've got a seated Pilates workout for you and we're going to be challenging our core with our Pilates tilt and our C-curve before practicing spine stretch forward as well. As ever, if we do anything that doesn't feel right for you, please stop the workout and feel free to rest and take a breath anytime you need to. Don't need any equipment other than something nice to sit on, so I've got a mat or you can use a rug or a carpet. I'd like you to bring yourself around so that you're sitting with your feet on the floor in front of you. Hip distance apart, toes down if you can manage it, but if your ankles don't allow, you can have your toes in the air. And think about the weight going down evenly through your left sitting bone and your right sitting bone. So you can just place your hands behind your thighs here, get your knees hip distance apart as well, and just think about drawing up through the crown of your head as if you're pressing the mat away and really reaching up towards the sky. So sitting nice and tall and letting our shoulders melt down. From here, we're just going to practice our little pelvic tilt. So keeping everything else completely still, we're just going to start tucking our tailbone underneath us and then opening out. So it's a tiny movement. We're just tucking. So tummy button coming towards your spine, rocking back through your pelvis, sitting nice and tall. So you can see nothing else is moving, just literally the pelvis rocking on the floor. We're going to start timing this with our breath. So we breathe out to tuck, in to come up nice and tall again. Go out to tuck, in to come up tall. Tiny little movement, so a really nice way to start warming up your spine, getting ready for the rest of the workout as well. That's it, good. Let's go again. Tucking back, sitting tall. Let's go 3 and 2. And our final one here, tucking back, sitting tall. So now we're going to take this into a C-curve. So we're going to let that movement continue all the way through our spine. So shoulders are balanced over your hips before you start. We're going to try and keep them there as we curve our spine. So we're going into a spinal flexion, very similar to when we do our cat in 4-point kneeling. So this time we're going to tuck back and then keep on tucking so that your whole spine flexes. And you can see shoulders remain over the hips, tummy button in, length through your spine, and sit super tall to come up again. Let's try once more. Breathing out to tuck, inhale to come up. So you're kind of rounding your spine. Just keep your hands behind your thighs and that can help guide you here. So tuck, sit super tall. This is a really nice movement to open out all the muscles, get space between your vertebrae as well. Sit super tall, good. And again, rocking back, inhale and up. And when you come back, try and find those neutral lines of your pelvis. Let's go again, breathing out and in, good. And 2. And our final one, rocking back and sitting tall. So now we're going to add into this an opening of the hips. So it's like a 4-part movement. So let's breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, rock back into that C-curve just like before. And then keeping the C-curve of your spine, you're going to start opening the hips. So keeping that flexion as we open backwards. Keep your toes down if you can. Let them float up if you can't. So you can see opening out, and then closing that hip angle once again and restacking like this. Let's try again. So we C-curve and start to open. You can have your hands lightly behind your thighs for a little bit of extra support if you wish. Or you can try reaching your arms out to the front now. So again, sitting super tall before we start. Palms are going to face each other now. Breathe in. C-curve back, so shoulders remain over hips before we start opening up through that hip joint. Think about deep core muscles coming in, shoulders relax down away from your ears, then close those hips back and sit tall. Great, so now we're just teaching ourselves control and alignment as well. Let's breathe out to C-curve, open up. Pause here, then inhale, close the angle of the hip, restack once again. Let's try going 3 more times like this. So we're still moving super slowly. Hands go forward, restack, great. And 2 more like this. C-curve and open, hands reach forward, restack, and our last one, C-curve again, open up, toe muscles coming down and in, pressing forward and restack. Just bring your hands down and place them behind you. Take your legs from side to side just to release any tension that you're holding in your hip flexors, which are at the front of the hips there, which have been working hard throughout this exercise. Because now we're going to add in some single leg movements as well. So again, coordination coming in now. So we're going to do exactly the same as before and then add on that single leg slide. So set yourself up, arms out in front of you, breathe in, breathe out a C-curve, open up, and then as we inhale, we're going to slide one leg away. You might not be able to slide very far. Draw the knee back in. Let's go on the other side, sliding, trying to keep your spine and your body still. Bring that leg back in and then close the angle of the hip and sit super tall once again. So for me, I find that the hard work comes when I try and lift myself back up to the start position. You might find it in a different place. Really just think about where you're feeling that effort. Let's try going again. Arms out in front, breathe in, rocking back again. Let's try sliding with the other leg forward this time. Inhale to slide, exhale to return. Inhale to slide, keep your spine still, exhale to return. Close the angle, sit super tall. Well done. And again, rocking back, opening out. Slide, return. Slide, return. Sitting super tall. Well done. We've got 2 more repetitions to go. Inhale, rocking back, C-curve, open. Slide, return. Slide, return. Closing up, tummy button coming into your spine. Last one like this. C-curve and open. Slide, return, slide, reaching through your heel, return, coming back up and bring your arms down. Again, just take your legs from side to side. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to take that slide and go into a leg extension instead. So we're going to lift that foot off the floor, meaning you're going to have to work a little bit harder, but hopefully we've warmed up well enough so that you can do this with control now. So, same start position. Breathe in, check that you're sitting nice and tall before you begin. I just realized I was leaning back ever so slightly, so breathe in here. C-curve and open. And now we're going to lift one leg up in the air, trying to lengthen that leg, lower it down. Good, toe muscles working super hard. Lift the second leg, lower down, restack, up to the top. Well done. Breathing in again, breathe out, C-curve, open your hips. Now trying to keep your knees level with each other. Let's raise that leg, bring it down onto the floor. Raise and lower, press your arms forward and up. Well done. 4 more to go. Now, if you find that your legs are all over the place, you might find it easier to have a Pilates ball between your knees or a cushion. So something to squeeze on can really help you keep your legs aligned with each other and just give you something to help you lift that leg up as well. So you can always use that prop if it helps you. Now let's try again. Breathe in. Breathe out to C-curve, open again, lengthen, lower, lengthen, lower, sitting super tall. Good, breathe in again, and C-curve, rock back, lift, lower, lift, lower, close your hips, restack your spine. Got 2 more like this. So just timing the movement with your breath. Remember, shoulders come away from your ears. And we'll make this next one our final one. Breathe in and C-curve, open, lengthen, lower, lengthen, lower, restack and rest once again. Well done. So now we're going to try and do that as a double leg extension. So we're going to try and keep our knees glued together and smoothly float both legs up at the same time. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to find this today, so let's give it a go. And remember, it's fine to make mistakes. That's how you learn, and bit by bit you will get stronger and more aligned and more controlled. Another prop that you can use is a band, a resistance band around your feet, and that can just help support the weight of your legs and give you something to hold on to, so you can just do this a little bit more easier if you are a beginner. So wrapping a resistance band around your legs and holding it in each hand is a really great way build up your strength. So let's start again. Breathe in, come into your C curve, open. Oh, I should have said, before we start, bring your knees and feet together. So we're squeezing them together, knees, ankles and inner thighs squeezing together. Breathe in, breathe out into C curve, open back, balance, and now balancing. See if you can lengthen both legs, lower down, return. So the ground's a little bit uneven, that's why I'm going to blame that not working so well, but you get the gist. So let's try again. We're going to C curve back, open out. Now keep your gaze going towards your knees as you lift your legs up, lower down, restack. It's quite challenging, isn't it? So a band really helps with this. And again, C curve and open. Pause, get your balance. So you need to find that kind of sweet point where you're neither going to tip backwards and your weight isn't all in your legs, and then lengthen those legs. Really struggling with this today. I haven't done this one for a while and I can really tell. Okay, 2 more. Do your best. As you can see, like, I'm not perfect at this at all. My hamstrings are super tight. I'm struggling. I'm going to keep it real and keep recording it like this so you can see your Pilates practice doesn't have to be perfect. It's all a work in progress. And restacking, that was not my best ever attempt. Okay, so from here, take your legs over to one side and over to the other. Good. Okay, so now let's just get a little bit of a stretch down those hamstrings. Maybe that would have been helpful for me to start with. So now we're going to lengthen our legs out. Take them hips distance apart and turn your toes so your toes are pointing up. So again, we're going to sit nice and tall before we begin, and then reach your arms out in front, palms facing down. So we're going to come over an imaginary beach ball. So we're once again flexing through our spine, but this time we're going to go forward. So let's breathe in. As you breathe out, nod our chin, and then bone by bone start to roll forward through your spine, trying to get lots of length through that spine. Moving up and over, pause, and then inhale, restack, shoulders melting down. Good. Let's go again. Breathe in, breathe out, nod your chin, soften your breastbone and start rolling forward. It's like you're peeling your spine off a wall, one bone at a time. Pause here, inhale to restack. Okay, so you might find that you're not getting very far to start with, but the more you do this and the more confident you come with the movement, you might find you're getting a little bit more motion every single time. Got 4 more to go. So you can think about your fingers traveling forward over your toes as we move. Breathe in and out to nod, soften and roll forward. Pause. So you may be feeling a bit of length through the back of your hamstrings as well, which is really nice. And again, nod and soften. Peel your spine and roll. Inhale to restack. Good. Final couple. So keep that length and that energy going through your legs. Restack, shoulders melting down. We've got 1 more like this. Breathing in and out to nod, soften and roll. Restack and bring your arms down. So now we're just going to add in an extension because we've done lots of C-curve, lots of flexion today. So some extension will be really lovely through your spine. We're going to keep our legs exactly the same, and this time float our arms up and clasp them behind our heads. So you have your elbows quite wide. So we breathe in here, breathe out, nod. So we're doing exactly the same movement as before, but this time we've got the weight of your arms to support as well. So you can see we're rolling forward just like before. Inhale to restack, and keeping restacking, let's move into some extension. So now it's like you're shining your breastbone up towards the sky. Exhale, restack again, and let's roll forward nice and smoothly, getting that lovely movement. Inhale, restack from the base of your spine up. Keep on going, so moving into extension, maybe getting a bit further now. And again, breathing out, nod and roll. Inhale to restack. So it's quite a subtle movement as you go into this extension. So trying to get it going from the top of our spine all the way down rather than going straight into the lumbar spine. Let's go forward again, rolling forward, restack and up. Good. Last one like this, keeping your legs super energized, rolling forward, restack, shoulders melting down, breastbone goes up, and reset back to your start position. Bring your arms down and bring yourself around, ready for our 2 final breaths. So sitting however suits you best. Nice and tall through your spine, arms out to the side, breathe in, breathing out, reach through your fingertips up towards the sky and press the air away. Let's go one more time, breathing out all the way up and take your arms down. Give yourself a nice clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've really enjoyed the session. I'm going to go and practice those double leg lifts now and hopefully be a bit better next time I try them. So take care and see you soon. Bye bye.